Hi there, my friends. Here I am with my inner being to talk to you and your inner being. Today I would like to share with you guys tips to learn how to meditate. That's how I learned how to meditate. And the way I want to share with you guys, it's like a program where you can use 30 days for each phase of meditation learning. And it's going to help you a lot to have your own program and learn how to meditate. Meditation is good for body, mind, and soul. Even science agrees with that. So meditation is a style of life, a lifestyle. It's so good, and I cannot see myself not meditating anymore. Meditation is life. Meditation is everything. It's so good, so good. I cannot spend one day in my life without meditating because it makes a huge difference in my day, in my performance, and even in my inner peace and joy. So the way I want to share with you guys is how I learned how to meditate, like self-taught, and how you can do it the same. Even though you consider yourself as a more advanced meditator, I'm sure the tips I want to share with you guys might help somehow. Just open your heart, okay? So let's start. 4 phases of meditation I would like to share with you guys. That's from where I started and until arriving here now. I noticed that I went through 4 phases of meditation. Phase number 1 is guided meditation. I used guided meditation with me and with my students to help them to quiet their mind. Because at the beginning, it's normal to have a noisy mind. People are used to have a mind that produces thousands, millions of thoughts per day. So it's so hard to keep your mind quiet. So just sitting in silence would be impossible for someone who is not used to. So guided meditation is the best way to help you quiet your mind and start to improve your focus and your meditation skills. So before you start in phase 1, just try on so many guided meditation. There are so many on YouTube for free or even in apps. You just test, go there and test. Do one and another one and see how you feel with each one and choose your favorite one. This is my favorite one. So once you tested them all and you found which guided meditation is your favorite, then you will start a 30-day challenge. Exactly. For 30 days, you do that same guided meditation, that same one. Even though, I did it yesterday. No, you gotta do it every day. It's going to be really helpful to quiet your mind, especially for those who are not used to quiet their minds, who have very noisy minds. Anyone who is starting to meditate should start with guided meditation. Guided meditation is so good to help your mind to settle and to be more quiet. So this is phase number 1. After 30 days doing the same guided meditation, you go to phase 2, which is focus. You're gonna practice your focus. How you gonna do that? By choosing a constant sound, like for example, tick tack of a clock, or droppings of water, like that. Or even sound of air conditioning, or just wind, or water, just water flowing. You just choose one sound. I like the clock sound. That's how I learned how to focus, just focusing on tick-tock of a clock. And also I love the sound of air conditioning, or even from, you know, YouTube apps that they have sounds, constant sounds. They must be constant, like the same, you know, for a few minutes you just see the same, you hear the same sound, like tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, like that. And then you sit, you put on your earbuds and you just listen to that constant sound and try to focus on that sound, or even water, or a sink dropping water. You decide. There are so many options out there on the internet, here on YouTube, or even in apps for meditation, and you just focus your mind. It should not be that hard if you did the first phase, okay? So if you want to start with the second phase, I wouldn't recommend. If you have a really noisy mind, it's going to be really hard for your mind to focus in one single sound and be quiet. Even if you do the 30 days with guided meditation, you're going to notice that in the first 5 minutes, your mind is going to produce thoughts, even though you try to focus on that constant sound or noise. But you gotta be strong and keep going. So in the second phase, another 30 days just meditating with that constant sound. Okay, that's phase number 2. Let's go to phase number 3. Phase number 3 is when you go all by yourself. You don't use any sound, any music, any noise, anyone, any guided voice to guide you in meditation. You just go all by yourself. Yes, now you are on your own. That's the third phase. Remember, you're gonna try the third phase after 2 months doing the first and second phase. So it should not be that hard for you if you did those 2 first steps as you should. So this third phase I call blind observer. The blind observer. Why I call like that? Because if you cannot see, if you're blind, you use your ears, your sounds. So you just have to notice what kind of sounds, the surroundings with your ears. You know, you're just listening. You don't use your eyes. That's why I call this third phase the blind observer. You're gonna sit in silence, in a comfortable place, and especially in your home, no matter if you live in a very loud place. For example, if you live in downtown, probably gonna have lots of sounds going on. It's good to train in nature because sound of nature is more appealing, it's more beautiful. But everything is beautiful, just depends on how you see it. But nature is more like our home. So try at home first, and then you can try at nature. You're gonna sit, close your eyes, and you just going to notice how many sounds you can catch. You can notice, oh, I hear people talking, people walking, I hear the firefighters, I hear cars going, I hear so many noises, and you go from one to another, just noticing your surroundings, the noises you can notice, but you don't say anything about the noises, okay? Like, oh, there is a baby crying. You don't say anything. I'm just telling you so how you're gonna do, but you don't say anything. You just observe. You just behold. You just notice. You're like, you are not using your eyes to observe. You're using your attention, awareness, consciousness to notice your environment, using your listening. powers. So this is really relaxing. You're gonna notice that your mind will start to try to talk something about what you're listening, or even create thoughts, but you just keep going. You just ignore that and keep focusing on noticing your surroundings with your listening powers. That's very good. Another 30 days doing that. Just make sure you did the 2 other steps before. Really nice. And then you're going to be prepared for the 3rd phase. And the 4th phase is the hardest one and is the last one. But for me, is the best one. You're on your own and you dive deep in silence. How are you going to do that? Consider that you've been meditating with those 3 phases for 3 months at least. And then now you can sit somewhere in a comfortable place, in a comfortable position, and just close your eyes. And for me, I feel like I'm diving deep inside of myself. I kind of focus my awareness inside of me, and I feel like in the center of my chest is where my point consciousness is. And I forget I have a body after I focus here, and my awareness and my intention is inside. All the world around me and even my body is deleted. I don't see anymore. I don't even feel anymore. I'm diving deep in. I'm a point of consciousness floating in the void. It's just emptiness, just void. And even the sounds around, they disappear. And I am in total silence. That's so good, so good, so good. I cannot explain like in an exercise how you do that. You just have to try. But I'm sure if you try right now, if you don't have the enough training by quieting your mind, it's going to be almost impossible. But if you follow those steps and doing from guided meditation, which is the number 1, and then you go to number 2, focusing on a constant sound or noise, and then 3rd, which is just noticing the sounds of your environment, and then the 4th phase is going to be a lot easier, and you're empty. It's like you're floating. It's like you're a point of consciousness, just a point. You're nothing, just a point of consciousness, and you're floating. It feels like I'm flying, feels like I'm lighter than a feather, feels so good. And I don't want to come back anymore. I don't want to come back anymore. It's so good. So you know how you did in this meditation by checking how you feel after you're done. Are you feeling better, peaceful inside? Is your muscles relaxed? Are you feeling good? Inner peace? Kind of, I feel good. I don't know how to explain it. It feels so good. Yeah, I feel high just by meditating like that. So wonderful, so wonderful. And I cannot let a day pass by without being a point of consciousness floating in the void, because so good, so good, so good. That's your essence. That's your genesis, is where you started, is where you belong. And here's just, Maya, the shapes and forms change all the time, but home is that point of consciousness. And when you are here, you are living an adventure, but you also can go back home anytime you want just by doing this meditation. And it's so good, so good. I cannot say with words how wonderful it is when you learn this type of meditation. Okay, So in this video, I just wanted to share my steps, how I did my journey in meditation, how I did to achieve the level of mastering in meditation that I did, that I have right now. And I really love meditating. And I hope you can do it the same. I know you can. I gave you a challenge for each one of those 4 phases. Just choose 30 days to do it straight, and just make sure you're gonna do it every day for 30 days each phase. So you have here 4 phases, 30 days for each, 4 months. It seems long, but in every phase you're gonna devote your time and effort. It's going to be useful, and you're gonna feel better and better according to the time is going to pass by. It's going to be really good for you. I'm so sure of that. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment if you have any questions, and also if you would like to do this program, or if you already know how to meditate, and if some tip that I gave here was useful for you, just let me know. I love listening to you guys, reading your comments, and subscribe if you're not yet, and also leave a thumbs up if that video was useful for you. Okay, and a kiss from my inner being to yours. See you in the next video. Bye bye.